I can't not laugh when I do this. It's crazy. Every Monday I get up. Actually, it's not every Monday. It's every morning I get up. Who are they burning today? What witches are they coming for today? I always got some. I see witches. Let's burn them. I got in trouble yesterday. I got in trouble to my friends too. Two of my good friends, two live streamers. I got in trouble with Chris and Ty. Did y'all watch last? We had a great cast last night. I don't drink much, but I had to have a little sip last night. I had to have a little sip every now and then, maybe 10 times a year. I might put my lips on the sauce. I had to have a little sip. I just felt I needed. It makes the bigots makes it a little more sustainable for me. Every now and then. I got in trouble yesterday. What did I say? I said I was gonna vote. I said I might vote. No, I said I might. Right? I didn't. I said I might vote, and who I might vote for. Oh, Ty ripped into me. Ty was not playing. I don't know. Am I gonna vote today? I don't know. I haven't changed my position though. I haven't changed my position. What I see. They say vote. Vote Democrat, vote Republican. And I'm thinking, you know what? Trolling that is not voting Bart Simpson, or voting for a different party. So I have to think about it a little more. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might not vote. Might vote. I don't know. I know I'm not gonna vote for no murderers. I'm not gonna vote for anybody hunting for no witches. I know that. I'm not gonna vote for nobody raping little girls and funneling weapons in other countries, destabilizing governments. I can tell you that damn sureness. Damn sureness ain't even a word. I can tell you that. But you have to wait and see what it feels like. I don't know. I'm gonna get inside to vote and kind of feel it. Get inside the election whenever we get up to it. I don't think that voting happens once every 4 years. To me, that's stupid. I think voting happens every day. Every day. And I vote that y'all need to stop hunting the witches. Y'all need to stop looking. That's every day I cast my vote. Stop hunting witches. Witches aren't real. And if they are real, leave them alone. Not your business, not your body, not your business. It's like some nachos. How's everybody doing? Monday morning, Monday. Happy Mondays. Hopefully it is a happy Monday. Whew. Good morning, Heaven, Eileen, Brother Michael, Kati, Lori, Adrian, Gown. All right. Getting some people in the room. Let me check out my coffee. I got my coffee. Shout out to Colombian farmers. They get 1 penny per cup of coffee, but this is a big cup. They might get 1.5 pennies on me. But I'm supporting Colombian farmers. I support the farmers. I always support the farmers. Not the GMO one. Well, okay, all right. We gotta support the GMO farmers. Gotta educate them. We have to tell them, listen, stop growing GMO. That's why I like the trade war. You know, one of the number one crops the trade war is hurting is soy crops. Good morning. Hopefully everybody's doing good this morning. That's kind of peeking around this morning. Looking, there was a whole lot that happened this weekend. I really was doing my best to avoid it. I was barely on Facebook. But even going on Facebook is voting. Everything is voting. You look at the trade war and they talk about how China's taking the jobs. Like I said, I agree with the trade war. I love the trade war. But China's not taking the jobs. We are. We keep buying crap. We keep buying crap made by slave labor. That's what's taking the job. Walmart, that's what they, know what's taking the job? When you go to Walmart, when you go to Target, when you go to, what's the name of the Walmart in the UK? I forgot the name of it. When you go to these big box stores, that's where the jobs are going. You're giving all your money to big corporations, making big, massive, automated robotic machines that don't need humans to make all this crap. That's where the jobs are going. So the jobs aren't coming back. The jobs are gone. The only thing that can come back is common damn sense. The only thing that can come back. And we can bring it back. I don't know if I'm gonna vote. I'm just sick of the witch hunts. This is what's getting, what's the burn my saddles. Sick of witch hunts. Still hunting witches. They just don't burn them on stakes anymore, do they? Right? They don't do that. They're still hunting them. They never stopped. They just don't call them witches anymore. They call them hillbillies. They call them Native Americans, indigenous. They call them poor black folk. They call them immigrants. They call them Chinese. Never stop hunting immigrants. Never stop hunting witches. They just don't burn them on stakes now. They burn them in prisons. They burn them under drones. Right? We said we are the Fourth Reich. We're doing everything Hitler did. We're doing everything, and we're more successful at it. We don't put people in ovens. We put people under drones and put them under rubble and evisceration. And people still talking about Kavanaugh. I see y'all. I watch your posts. I see y'all. I see y'all still scared of Kavanaugh. I don't get it. I don't understand at all. I just sit like, are you kidding me? He groped somebody. You know your country gropes the whole world. I'm just not interested. I saw a protest. I gotta find this protest. It was cute. Highly dangerous. But it was cute. They're protesting Kavanaugh. Let me see if I can find this.
Even if you're
I get pulled away, and I know somebody's probably new coming in watching like, wait, is he laughing about Kavanaugh? We're supposed to be scared. We're supposed to be scared of Kavanaugh. I'm not. Wait. Let me see. Let me see if I can find some points. But what is the latest? But Trump did something I agree with. You know what he said? He's investigating Kavanaugh with the FBI. Agree with that. I agree with that. This might be the first time this year the FBI was actually used to do something good. I agree with that. But as usual, Trump never goes far enough. You need to investigate all of the murderers in Washington. Every last one. Congress, Senate. I don't think that you investigate one. I think you get special investigators and you put them on everybody who wants to go in politics. That's what I think. I think you investigate everybody. I don't think you get to have a prime minister or someone who leads people and they're psychopathic. They don't believe in your freedom to be a witch. They don't believe in your freedom to put whatever you want to put in your body without throwing you in a prison and getting you raped. That's what I think. Catalonia's in the news. Catalonia. Witches! Witches! You gotta stay with us in Italy. You gotta stay with us. What is it? They just won't let their people go. Yeah, Moses said that. I think the scripture said, let my people go. It said, let Catalonia go. Let them go. They were protesting this weekend. I think didn't that protest get violent? I don't know where that was. I have to look at the news. I don't want to look at the news, but I look at international news. Let those people go. Why in the world you can tell other people how to live? Spain, thank you, Eileen. Spain. Why don't y'all just let those people go? Let them go. That's why I go back to, I got in trouble this weekend. We were talking religion this weekend. I love it. I love it. People in their outrages, in the apocalypse. You know, atheism is becoming a religion too. These ideologies, these bigoted faiths where you have faith in something that there is none. Faith in keep Kavanaugh out. We're gonna save everything. Oh, I do, but I there's a protest I have to go to. Hold on. I gotta show this one. Hold on, wait. I gotta say, I gotta look at this.
Women and
that's my song. Hold on.
Women number to come here
Kavanaugh
to the U.S.
has
Supreme
got to
Court.
go.
A small protest that grew in number.
Kavanaugh has got to go.
Women and some men saying.
And see, they got little girls up there. See, you got to teach your kids early. Teach them early. I'll be a bigot. I know, sounds tough. Sounds rough, but I'm not here to play. I'm not here to play. If you're burning and raping witches in other countries, I really don't care what you're crying about here. Groping is nothing to me. Nothing. You know how many times I've been groped by a woman? Okay. It's not. Hashtag me too. Bring them. Let's have a discussion. People say, oh, we're starting to see there's some opposition here. Good. We need opposition. We need criticism. That's the only way we grow up. It's the only way we tweak our ideas. That's the only way we identify the bigots. It's the only way. How do you know which women want to be supreme? Woman supremacy. How do you know which men want to stay supreme? How do you know which black folk don't want to be equal? They want to put you in the mud. How do you know the colonizers? How do you know who the bigots are? If you don't let them speak. You gotta let them speak. you gotta see them training their children to be little bigots too. That's the only way it happens is dialogue. The only way we get out of the only way we counsel the apocalypse. What's the guy's name? Eldris Iba. Today we're gonna cancel the apocalypse. It's the only way you cancel it. Gotta go back to being human. Gotta stop farming.
That's not my job. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. It's the government's job to change things.
It's the government's job to change things. And by government, you mean our poor farmers. And that's who they are. They're just poor farmers. They're farming us. That's their job. Politics is for poor people, then I guess politicians are for poor, gullible people. That's all it is. They just want, they keep you confused that corporations run the world. They want to get you upset, get you yelling, screaming, and crying. But I do agree with that. And I think we need to roll that Trump program out. I think the FBI needs to investigate everybody in politics because voting doesn't matter. Folks can be mad at me if they want.
Oh, you're gonna vote. That's just, you're not supposed to do that. You shouldn't do that. You're gonna make it worse.
I don't know, maybe. I haven't decided yet. It's a possibility. But I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna form my own opinion. Just because you feel that that's the right thing to do doesn't mean that I feel that way. I have to be convinced. And I haven't been convinced yet. I haven't been convinced. I see you, Sarah, refuse to vote. Hashtag refuse to vote. And I like it, I support that. But I'm not convinced that's what I'm going to do. I suspect that they're watching us. And they want to see what we're going to do. And they're going to make a modification based on what they see us willing to do. So I don't tell anybody, you don't tell your enemy where you're going. I don't tell them what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till the last minute and I'm going to open my mouth. But I tell everybody what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you who I'm going to vote for. If I vote. If I don't vote. If I dress in a bear costume and I go show my butt to everybody at the poll. Whatever I do. But I'm not going to tell them ahead of time. How stupid is that? You know, but I was thinking about voting. I was thinking about voting this morning. Everybody yelling at me. Who's that? Sister Rebecca getting on me. I know. I don't know. But how could we make voting that the little once had air quotes. I hate that. How could we make that little once every 4-year thing matter? Well, first of all, I was thinking about that. One, voting and democracy will never matter if you have a controlled media, right? So the first thing you got to do if you're a country and you actually want to have a functioning government where the citizens have say, number one, you cannot have mainstream media. You can't. You can't have anything mainstream. You have to have independent thinking people completely. No mainstream media, no big monopoly media. That's number one, because they'll control everybody's mind and they'll make the most intelligent people you know look really stupid and say dumb things.
Hey, ho, ho, Kavanaugh has...
I was like, that's number one. Number two, oh, let me take these girls off the screen. These little babies, they don't know any better. They're just there because mommy and daddy put them there. It's the parents that I got an issue with. Number two, your elections have to be open sourced. All over the world, everybody's complaining about their elections. Complete open source, everything. Database, coding method. We need to see everything. We need audit trails. You know why? Because a lot of the people who actually, like me, who can read the code, we're gonna read it. I wanna see how you code it. One, I wanna see if you're any good at it. See if I can spot some infinite loops and syntax errors you just left out because you lazy bastards work for the big corporations. But then we can go back and we can run scripts against the database and we can confirm that. You know, you can go in and take your little tab, get a receipt when you vote. You can go home and, oh, there's a problem with the voting counts. Then you take your cell phone and you scan your receipt, the barcode. and allow for multiple calculations to occur after the election. But they don't do that. Why don't they do that? Because voting might actually start to matter. But I think the other thing, you got a third thing. So one, you have to have a free media, free press. Independent journalism, that's number one. You can't control people in the media. Two, you have to have completely open source elections, all the machines. But none of that matters if you don't get number three. You can't have money anywhere in politics, at all, anywhere. Lobbyists, nowhere, nothing, nil, nada. As long as you have cronyism, as long as you have money anywhere near the people running the world or running a community, you will never have freedom. You will never have liberty. Your government will always be corrupt. Guaranteed. Day one, the corruption will set in and it'll grow exponentially. And those three things in my country, we have none of them. None. Hashtag Me Too get here yet? They didn't get here yet. I was waiting on them, see if they want to come. I got a picture ready to go. I'm going to show you my little sister in Yemen. I'm going to show you. Yeah, the one they weighed in the bucket. I always got her ready to go. I can't show her. I don't want to get emotional too early. Damn near. Didn't even make it to 8 years old. Died. Weighed in a bucket in Yemen. From your government. While you're crying about Kavanaugh and what he did 35 years. I don't care. I don't care nothing about that. Everything is about resource allocation, baby. And if you don't allocate your resources to fix problems, you're a part of the problem. This little girl, you're upset that you got groped in college. I got groped every Friday night. You upset with that? She didn't even grow up to get groped. She's dead. Dead. That's fair. I call anybody out. We can come discuss. That's what his brother M. John was saying that. He was saying he's starting to see some critiquing happening. Please bring on the criticism. I'm waiting. I'm dying to have a dialogue, dying to have a discussion. Because that's the only way we get out of this. Just make sure you bring your integrity with you. Don't bring your bigotry. Bring your integrity. Because then because then you have to get called out. You can't turn on your people. You got 7 billion people around this planet, and you can't turn on any of them. Did you know in Afghanistan, do you know what they use for voting in Afghanistan? Did y'all see this? Biometric systems. They have fingerprint scanners in Afghanistan, a country that 30 years ago barely had 2 computers. Why would Afghanistan have biometric scanning for voting? And most modern developed countries, they're still pulling levers on machines that are 50 years old. Because they're being rolled out onto the new systems. If everything goes into secure databases, codes you can't see, complete closed sourced elections, they can do anything they want to do. My same issue with Bitcoin and electronic currency. You make it electronic, it goes dark. Anything dark, you can modify big time. You can do anything you want to do. That's what I'm saying about government and their secrets. Government can't have any secrets. I'm still waiting on somebody to answer this question for me. Why does a government need secrets? Why should it have classified? Why should any president or prime minister have multiple layers of classified documents and groups above them, things that they're not allowed to know? If you have a democracy and you run your government and you elect a president or a prime minister, you mean to tell me that they can have people who have jobs in the government that have secrets that your elected officials aren't even allowed to know? That makes sense to you? Darkness. Darkness. In darkness, you can do anything you want to do. If your government has darkness and the dark spots, it's guaranteed to be corrupt. And it will grow corrupt exponentially every day against you, your neighbors, and other people around the world. Dialogue is rare these days. They just spew MSN talking points and slogan rebuts. Yes, they do, Michelle, which is why I don't watch the news in my country. I don't watch the mainstream news. It makes me dumb. It makes you stupid. I don't want to be stupid. I've been stupid my whole life. I'm tired of being stupid. I'm trying to get a little smarter. I lived in a colonized world. I believed all the bigotry they gave me. I don't want to believe that mess anymore. I'm trying to move on. Dialogue is very important, but intellectual dialogue. People who are informed, talking to other people who are informed, or other people who aren't informed who want to be informed. People who show up to the discussion with integrity. Right? If you got some bigotry and you're more concerned with people being groped in a modern country and not the people, not the wealthy lives they live on a just totally corrupt, dark government that's killing women in other countries, we don't really have a lot to talk about. I try to explain it to you best that I can, but don't show up with your bigotry that only American lives matter. Don't show up with that bigotry that only Jewish lives matter. Don't show up with your bigotry. Only German lives matter. Gerard, that describes utopia. Well, Brother Gown, you know, I don't think utopia ever exists. I think no matter what we do, we'll always have problems, right? Like utopia, the word, you know, I think it means that there are no problems, that everything's perfect. I don't think anything will ever be perfect. I think that things will always be existing in a state of problems and challenges. But for me, it's because this is what they'll say, Gail. They'll say, oh, well, you believe in utopia. I don't believe in utopia. I just believe in moving forward. And we haven't been moving forward. We've been staying in one spot. We aren't evolving. We're not moving forward. So I think we need to move towards utopia and an understanding that we'll probably never get there. But we got to keep solving problems. And nobody's solving problems because they're out here constantly burning the witches. They're always looking for the witches. Throwing them in prisons, growing cannabis. Actually was there were witches in the news. There were real witches in the news. There was some real witchcraft in, is it India? I think it's in India. Let's take a look at this. This is like real. And I'm not the artificial witches, not the one that y'all want to make witches because you don't like them because they're poor and somebody told you to not like them and you were born a bigot and you turn against them. You don't like them because they're hillbillies or the rednecks, or you don't like them because they're Native Americans and immigrants. You don't like them because they're Hispanic, you don't like them because they're Christian, you don't like them because they're atheists, you don't like them because of abortion, you don't like them because of Kavanaugh, you don't like them because of left, there's always, it's just exhausting. It's like a hate apocalypse. Hate apocalypse. But there are witches right now, I think it's in India. True witches. Stoning them. Witchcraft happening in South America. I was looking at the news this morning. If y'all want to look at that, we can look at that. Brother Miko says he believes in the gift economy. I believe in any economy, Miko, other than what we have right now. I believe in anything that's not starving, murdering people right now. Anything that's not getting people focused on Kavanaugh and this dumb stuff and finding some new witches to burn. I believe in anything that isn't okay with how many people died in Gaza this weekend? Was it like 11 or 12 or something in the protests? I believe in any system that doesn't fund that. We have to move forward. Utopia is like heaven, a concept of no problems. Right, Lori? And so I don't believe in utopia, not till we die, not till you bury me. But until then, I think we have to move forward. We have to keep moving forward. In Senegal, there's a split over witchcraft. Look, Senegal and India. Let's take a look at this for a minute. I want to back off of here. Let me see if I can cue this up real quick. We could just sit here and talk, but I kind of like to look at the international news and let other people talk.
Serene Abdullah Kass's first patient. From this first handshake, the witchcraft tells him he can sense there's a bad spirit stuck inside his head.
Spirits.
Gary is not surprised. He suffers from earaches and has gradually been losing his hearing. It's been hurting for 4 years, he says. What follows is a treatment that is both illegal and dangerous. It's normally done behind closed doors, but Kass allows us to film it. For 20 minutes, the patient inhales fumes of an unknown substance. Dazed, Kass then pours a mix of herbs in his nose.
If only the government recognized my work and the service I give to the community, I could open a hospital and treat all people suffering in my country.
This practice is punishable with prison, and yet outside are queues of people waiting for treatment. The witchcraft wouldn't allow us to film inside the waiting room, where there are about 80 people inside a small room
police officers in uniform, men in suits, women holding their babies, all believing that the witchcraft can do more to treat them than a medical doctor.
With one doctor for 15,000 people, hospitals are overwhelmed with patients. There are not enough medical staff. So the government wants to legalize witchcraftry as traditional medicine. The law will now be debated in Parliament.
Should we legalize witchcraft? First of all, is witchcraft illegal? That's number one. I have a lot of thoughts. I kind of watch things and I try to look for the root cause or a solution that actually makes sense, that just the debate's illogical. So the doctors don't want witchcraft to be made legal. And the process that you saw in the beginning, and I'll post a link, you want to watch the whole thing. But he put his head over a bowl of herbs, breathed in the herbs, and it was done, rubbed some herbs in his nose. It's an illegal practice. The guy did, the witch tells the patient afterwards, go home in 8 days, your ears will be fixed, you'll be able to hear. I don't know, I think public opinion kind of takes care of that. I think if he goes home and he can hear in 8 days, he's good. If his ears don't work, that witch doctor doesn't get any support. To me, that's kind of voting. But more importantly, listening to them saying, well, why is witchcraft in Senegal so big right now? See, they don't have enough doctors. Is that a problem we can solve? Do you even see a problem here? I don't. Number one, if you want to do natural medicine, that's your business. If you're waging war on nature, that's the ecosystem's problem, which is all the war on drugs and war on witchcraft is. If you believe these things, they might work. Maybe it doesn't kill you, but either way, it's not my call. That's on you. We know the placebo effect is a real deal thing. So we don't even know if a lot of the medicine and the drugs coming out of pharmaceutical companies actually work, because we know we heal ourselves when we just think about it. That's been scientifically proven. So I have no interest in hunting witches, especially outside of where you stand on the whole holistic versus synthetic drug debate. It's all about deploying more doctors. You know, we have doctors without borders. We just don't have voters with conscience. We don't have political parties that give a damn. We don't have leaders that aren't being brain scanned for psychopathy. We don't have neuroscientists making sure that we're not putting psychotic people in government. We can fix the problem. But to me, part of the solution is just not deploying doctors so everybody has the doctors they need, but also fixing people and taking out the bigotry that they were born into. That's the only way you get to that spot where it doesn't really matter what other people do. If you're okay with what they do with their bodies, as long as it's not hurting anybody else, it's not your business. Plug in here, make some adjustments. So witchcraft is in the news, and in India, they're not stoning the witches, but they're I think they're putting them in prison. They're beating them up. Let me show you this. Witchcraft. And to me, it's a metaphor. It's an analogy. They're always witches. Why? Because there's always going to be people you hate if you're a bigot. If you're born into the bigotry of synthetic drugs, you believe these systems, you believe these laboratory doctors and scientists being paid to pay their mortgages, or you believe against them. There's always going to be somebody to hate. And if you're dumb enough, you'll go along with the media, you'll go along with what's popular, and you'll hate those people. And we end up where we are today. The bigopocalypse. A world full of bigots. Bigots fighting bigots. And they want people who can see the coding of the matrix to get involved. Check this out.
Shop. But 10 years ago, Anjali Hajong's husband supported the then young mother and her child. But when he got cancer and died, and she rebuffed those who wanted to take his place, she was accused of being a cannibalistic witch. A group of people beat her. She nearly died.
The men shouted, "She's been eating humans. Hold her down, beat her up." They beat me mercilessly. I keep thinking about that day. It was the worst of my life.
Hashtag me too.
No one has ever been punished for the attack. Anjali Hajong wasn't the first. 20 years ago, drunk men accused Bundili Rabba of poisoning her husband. One swung an axe at her, others stripped her naked and chased her down the street. In 2006, people said Podomi Rabba had put a spell on her sick neighbour. She says dozens of villagers attacked her with sticks, screaming, "Today you will die." Bloodied, she was forced onto a bus to another state. She had to pay her attackers to let her come home. In rural parts of India, accusations of witchcraft are common. She was forced.
Stop there. I'll post. You can watch the whole thing. But this is what I'm talking about. Hashtag me too. I'm out for everybody though. If you're just joining, I talk about everybody. It's not just hashtag me too. But that's where that's who's got the voice right now. That's the drama right now. Hashtag where are you? It's all about allocation of resources. What's the point of this whole Kavanaugh nonsense? And you have a world full of women being abused by your government and okay with it. Like, what if, imagine this for a minute. What if we took the Kavanaugh energy and we put it into sanctions on India until India stops persecuting women for witchcraft, stops letting men run in the streets, beating them bloody, taking their clothes off and raping them? What if we actually did that? What if we allocated our resources to the women who are mostly being abused in the world, instead of just caring about the women who are closest to us, the ones we know? I was looking at another thing. You know that worldwide conflict is up 300% since 2010. 300% worldwide conflict. What's the number one, what has always been the spoils of war? The number one spoil of war is raping women. So if conflict is up 300% since 2010, do you think rape is down? I don't care where groping is. Like, groping statistics, I don't give a damn about. It's just not important right now. We can care about it later. We got bigger fish to fry. Focus on the big fish. Stop playing with the little fish. But you know what? If you are a hashtag me tooer who's kind of caught up in the Kavanaugh nonsense, I really don't blame you. I used to be you. I don't blame anybody for it. The media is very talented at what they do. It's like I even get caught. Everybody gets caught up. If you watch the news, in the movies and the sitcoms, like, everything drives you in this direction. My God, they politicize football. They politicize sports. Everything is politicized. Even in your office where you work. You don't want to talk about it. You look at it like, that's stupid. Why do we care what he did 35 years ago? First time you see that, you don't care. After a while, everybody's talking about it. The news is posting it. It's in the paper. Your friends are talking about it. Somebody says something about it, so you comment on it. Next thing you know, you're pulled in. I don't blame you. I just think that we have to do a better job at dying daily, dying hourly to ignorance, dying regularly to our bigotries, and pull up and realize that we got pulled in. Always some witches. Always some witches. They're always trying to get you to go fight some other poor people. They're never trying to get you to fight the system. They're never trying to get you to fight the farming governments. Right? It's like this whole... brother said to me the other day, he said, Trump is fighting globalism. I said, nah, I don't think so. That's not what I'm seeing. I see Trump steadily becoming Obama. I think that you can go in and you can have a difference of opinion if you want. But day one, you're going to do the 10 same things that every prime minister, every politician, every government that wants a military, you got to do those things. And over time, they just slowly morph you into whoever just left out. International news is also controlled by the West. It's almost as bad as US MSN. And I agree, Deborah. Absolutely, I agree. Which is why I look at everything with a degree of skepticism. I don't give my intellect to anybody. I just know that there's more truth in international news. It's not directed for me. There's a little more truth there, right? There's a little more critique. Like, I think the billionaires are always fighting, and those who control these major media councils, they're always going back and forth. And every now and then I'm able to get a little nugget of something that sounds true. A little nugget of something that actually might be meaningful. You know, but when I hear and I see things that are just as corrupt as they are in my country, then I delete them from my mental Rolodex. Shifting perspectives always. Yes, trying to keep people running. It's like Monday morning. Monday morning, who's the witch? It's Monday morning. Who y'all after today? They keep everybody running, but that's how you win, Ty. There's a certain type of martial arts that does that. They just constantly hit you on this way, you fall this way. They hit you that way, you fall this way. They push you this way. You can never get your balance, and that's what I see. Our bigoted family and friends is that they're always being hit this way, that way, the other way. And critical thought never comes in because they're always constantly fighting an inferno. They're fighting some witches. You got to make new torches, got to burn some more. I'm gonna change my image. There are always some witches out there, but we got new witches, not those witches. We got to burn some new witches today. Who's the witches today we're gonna burn? And it's never the right witches. It's never the real witches. It's always somebody who's just living their life. It's usually somebody who's very poor, like the war in Yemen right now. I always like to talk about Yemen. You got to bring up the people who are being abused the most. There are peace talks in the works, which is good. UN, every now and then the UN does something that's worth a damn. It's just 98% of the time, it's not worth a damn. That's all. So they're trying to get peace talks back up. But my stance on that is real simple. Same thing with Catalonia, same thing with you and your body and your vaccines and the drugs and whatever you want to do, that's your business, not my business. Catalonia doesn't want to be a part of Spain, that's their business. The Houthis don't want to be a part of the puppet government because the government was put in there by who? Saudi and United Arab Emirates. So basically, Saudi and United Arab Emirates came in. I'm a little rusty on the whole story. They put in a puppet government. That's like somebody breaking in your house, killing the husband, and getting another man and putting him in over the kids and the wife. We had a show like that. What was it called? Wife swap? It's like it's like the United Arab Emirates in Saudi Arabia with America, backed by Germany, France, and UK, and everybody else who's always behind them, decided to do a wife swap, government swap. And they expect the wife not to have any issues with that. They expect the kids, like, you I need to add it? Okay. You the new prime minister? Nobody, very few people in Yemen support that government. But peace talks are on the way, which is a good thing. I think it's in the wrong flavor, because what it's about is getting the Houthis to disarm and just becoming a political faction in a corrupt puppet government. I don't think that's going to help much. I don't think it's a real solution. I don't think you have a right to go in anybody else's house and tell them how to live. I don't think you have a right to go in their house and kill the wife and give them a new wife. I don't think you have a right to go in there and change any elected legally government to people who decide to get married. I think everything is the same on the local level as it is on the top level. And if we think about it that way, to me, it makes a lot of sense. You're not supposed to do that. You should do that. So if I do end up voting, it'll be because I see something that actually is human. It's because I see a politician that I can recognize. Not a murdery bastard. Not somebody funneling weapons to children in Africa. Not somebody colonizing. It'll be someone who actually has human plans and real solutions to very real problems that are not political. None of this is political. Murdering people and raping them is not political. Taking out governments is not political. There's no such thing as geopolitics. Just think of the word, geopolitics, worldwide. It's like neighborhood politics. You don't get to have neighborhood politics. You don't get to tell your neighbor how high their grass has got to be. It's not your grass. Grow your own grass. Back to witchcraft. Grow your own grass. You don't get to tell a neighboring government who gets to be the government. You don't get to tell them what there is no geopolitics. The minute you violate somebody else's sovereignty, another country, nation, tribes, houses, marriages, sovereignty, you're in the wrong. You're the violent one. None of that's political. So if I actually see a human running for office, I might vote. But it's got to be a human in a human party. Can't be a human in a psychopath party, right? Because what's the point? Why would you put a sheep in a den of wolves and expect anything good? Expect the wolves to stop eating and murdering women and poor children all over this planet? It's not going to happen. Real solutions. But it's a witch hunt, like the war on drugs. That's why I'm a critic of that. It's just a witch hunt. That's all. Just they're not old witches, right? With broomsticks. They're little kids selling drugs on the street. You call them drugs. I don't think they're drugs. They're just plants. I don't believe in a bigoted war on drugs. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in war on ecosystems. I don't believe in a war on biodiversity. I think every plant on this planet has a purpose. And you are extremely, extremely deficient psychologically and intellectually if you think that we can survive on a planet that's been changing and morphing and evolving to support human life, you know, multicellular organisms and big, massive mammals and massive fish, us. And you can monkey with those systems and not know what you're doing. I don't think there should be a war on nature. Sandy, I like Claudia for president. I just saw that. I'd vote for Claudia. You know why I'd vote for Claudia, Sandy? Because I know Claudia. That's why I vote for her. I would vote for people who I know who have integrity, who give a damn. Not that I would agree with everything that she did, but I know she's a human being. I'm dreaming, Rabbi Mary said I'm dreaming. I dream every day. I dream every day. You know what I call it, Rabbi Mary? I call it philosophy. Because that's what a philosopher is. That's what a theorist is. You're supposed to put your theories together and think into the future and dream it up. I think we're trapped in a nightmare of today because we can't dream about tomorrow. Always dream about tomorrow. And when people come up with plans that don't equate your dream for these kids, your dream for your grandkids, your dream for your niece and your nephew, your dreams for Yemen, your dreams for South Africa, your dreams for Germany. When people have ideas that don't equate those dreams, then you start a conversation. But if people are putting in bricks and building foundations to keep world conflict going up constantly, psychopath. You won't ever get my support. You won't get my vote. You won't get my respect. I'm not supposed to respect you. If you're not even a human being, why would I respect you? And why would I have to love you. That's a requirement. Got into religion this weekend. That's a requirement. Yes, I'm a religious cat. I am. I don't think that a lot of people think, I don't think a lot of people understand what religion is. And they think religion is different from atheists. They think it's different from being agnostic. They think it's different from being a race. They think it's different from being a nation. It's no different. When you live in crony world, it doesn't matter what it is. Just the religions were more successful at controlling people. And so psychopaths took over. That's it. The religion's not bad. Christianity's not bad. It teaches love. That's what Christ always taught. You know, Islam is not bad. The Muslims aren't bad. None of that's bad. It's just anything that gets big and has a blind following, people who want to kill witches take over. It's always, that's why I don't believe in going after the label. Go after the psychology behind it. You know, a little while back, oh man, I almost came to tears on that when I did a video on the disaster in Nanking. You think about that, hashtag Me Too? That was the biggest rape gang ever in history, when all the Japanese soldiers were ordered to go in the houses and rape the Chinese women and the children, and the creative things they came up with where they forced the father to rape their daughters. Think about that. I almost came to tears on that. That messed me up for about a week, to think that we are so evil. And we could all jump up and say, damn it, Japan, it's Japan is the problem. Japan is not the problem. Go to the root. Do you have to restrain Japan? Hell yeah, psychopaths. But go after the basis that allowed that to occur. You get people in these mobs going after a witch. And it doesn't matter. If you're on the weak side, you will be raped, you will be killed, you will die. Or worse. Go after the actual problem. It's not the religions. It's not the nations. It's the people within who agree with psychopathic ideas. People who agree with violence and telling you what to do, and they don't agree with your sovereignty. That's the problem. Always focus on the root problem. Resource allocation. Allocate your resources to real solutions. Don't allocate your resource to nonsense and perpetuate it. Gerard for 2020, Rebecca, that will never happen. First of all, they will kill me, all right? Listen, I'm not as dumb as Obama and Trump, all right? I already understand how this works. If you get to an influential place in government and you don't do what they tell you, they will send you with JFK. You will be talking to JFK the next day. I have no interest in dying that quickly. They can come kill me if they want to. It's not going to be something stupid like that. People are too divided. I think that you are actually really, really stupid if you want to be a president. I think you are. In a country that's divided, then maybe in y'all's country, the people actually got some common damn sense. In my country, they don't. They're still running after Kavanaugh. They're still chasing witches, y'all. They're still, and when people actually come together and they support their government solving problems instead of making more problems, you might actually have a shot when you have open source elections, when you have no money anywhere near government and politics, and you have a mass media that does not exist. You have real information that flows around so people can critically think on real data, not be drawn around on puppet strings. Short of that, no, I think you're crazy to run for government. That's why I don't know that I would even vote. I don't know anything. All I know is we die badly if we keep going this way. That's what I know. I see a lot of hypocrisy. I see a lot of witch hunts. And to me, it's childish. So I laugh a lot. I look at it. I don't think any of these things are real. None of this makes any sense. These people are crazy. Yeah, that's right. I see Jay Rohn is running. I vote for Jay, Lori. You know why I vote for Jay? Because Jay is a real person. I appreciate her. She tells the truth. She went to war. She saw the ugly. She was one of the soldiers who came back as a veteran. If y'all don't follow Jay Rohn, you should. She came back and she just said, we shouldn't be doing this. This is not human. You know, and it messed her up. Gets in your head. You don't get to go see people being killed and murdered and not get in your head. I have a friend who came back from Iraq, woke up in the middle of the night one night, started choking his wife. Why would somebody do that? Why would we do that to a child? I think he was 19 or 20 when he went over there. Why in the world would we take somebody's baby and turn it into a psychopath because we want oil? We're addicted to oil, knowing energy is free. Like we saw last night. Energy has always been free. Y'all keep voting for a government that does that. And you're okay with it. You're okay with them screwing up little kids in the military, turning them into monsters and bringing them home and not giving a damn about them. The DOD and the VA give a damn about these kids? They can give two shakes of a willy. That's why you got 22 a day committing suicide. You know, so I'd vote for a real person. But I'm not voting for fantasy people. I'm not voting for more poor farmers pretending to govern. They're just holding corporations. You can destroy the labels, but ideas are harder to kill once they spread. Yes, Ty, that's right. That's right. Which is why we can't let the ideas spread. We gotta get them in the bud. That's why I laugh. People come to me to, what are we gonna do about Kavanaugh? I just start laughing. Like, are you serious? Like, really? Honestly. You really think putting the first homeless person you see on the street or Kavanaugh on a Supreme Court's going to matter? You think that's going to matter to the women being raped all over this world? Because he groped somebody? You think that's going to matter? Your government's lost. It's gone. It's completely purchased and bought. The whole thing, top to bottom. And then you laugh at it. They don't like that. But a little outrage is good. People need to be a little outraged. We don't have change without a little outrage. Maybe it'll start a dialogue. Maybe somebody else will come in who leads them, and you can start a discussion around, well, how do we really solve problems instead of continue to perpetuate? And the world will live as one, Linda, yes, and that's what we need. We got to get back. We have to live as one. We're overdue, Linda. We're overdue, sister. We're overdue. We are overdue for living as one. It is 2018, and we still have people making decisions with violence. We still have people violating each other, and we still got millions getting behind leaders who are saying they're going to violate. We're supposed to be one. That's why I sound like a broken record, but we are all family. Not just historically, but genetically and biologically proven. We are all family. How do you agree to burn your family because they were born in a different place? They were born to some distant relatives in Yemen or somewhere else. They want to put some cannabis and grow it in their yard. They want to do some natural cures. How in the world do we only do that because we're lesser evolved? And those of us who are lesser evolved, speak less. We love you, but you need to speak less. It's 2018. Violence only exists in the minds of a fool at this point. I'll take my chances with the real wolves in the wilderness. Yes, Michelle, always be around real people. Find yourself, when you get around the fake people, laugh and go find yourself some real people. Don't hang around with the bigots. The government is happy when people who think like us don't vote. You know what, Lori, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of why I'm there. I don't know what I would do. You know, they want people to give up hope and just walk away. Like, I think if enough people walked away from voting, they might notice. But I think if nobody voting, they'd still do the same thing. I think if you had a poll in America and 0 people voted, I think they do the same thing. I think nothing would change. I think they say, yes, we won. We have total feudalism now. We have Obama till you die. We got Trump to the end, you know. I think they would, or what is the electoral college or whatever. I think they would just pick, you know. So everybody's got to come up with their own solutions. That's why I don't tell anybody what to do. I just come on here and I'll talk and I learn from what y'all comment. I'll give my ideas, tweak my ideas, and let's keep moving forward. But in terms of telling people to vote or not vote, I'm not going to do that. The only thing I ask people to do is please place your vote where your ethics and your morals are. Please understand that if you vote for somebody in a gang, cartel, or political party that's okay with murder, burning witches, there will be witch burn. They will increase. If you keep doing that, the world will keep going the way it's going. Rape will grow exponentially with world conflicts. So if you believe in what you speak, if you hashtag me too, hashtag resist, hashtag, like, that's so many hashtags, I can't even keep up with them. But if you actually believe in the things that you're saying, do them. I don't tell anybody what to do. No opposition from us sheep. No, there's absolutely no opposition from us sheep, Lord. We just go along with it. That's why they call us sheep. We're useless eaters. They don't care. I won't vote for military, industrial complex supported candidates or corporate funded. My ballot will have few options marked. But there are those few out there. Yeah, there are very few out there, Lori, which is why half the time I abstain. I can't vote for everybody because I look at who they are, what they want to do, or who they're with, and I can't vote for them. Family of philosophers. Yes, love it, Sandra. That's what we have to be. We have to be a family of some philosophers who believe in each other and support each other's sovereignty, you know, each other's freedom and liberty, you know, and that way you don't have any witch burnings. All the witch burnings come to an end. That quick and that simple. Fake is the real danger. Let people be by themselves, learn from each other. Yeah, fake is the real enemy because fake is a lie, Michelle, right? Fake is false. Fake is a lie. Anytime somebody can give you something that's not true, they control you. They convince you on something that doesn't matter. They own everything. And they convince everybody, too many people, to get behind fake things. It's like the other Ty said last night. If they don't care that we would overthrow the government, says a lot. Trying to remember last night's talk. Ty, we got 2 ties. I'm trying to remember what Ty said. It was a lot. It was like a 2-hour conversation. I was tired. I had to go. I had to get up and do my slavery this morning. If they don't care that we would overthrow the government, it says a lot. Well, you know what, Ty? Okay, I think I know what you're saying. Right. They don't care. They don't care. They couldn't give 2 damns about your revolution. And this is what people I think need to focus on. They don't really care what you do because you can overthrow the government. They know they'll probably own the next one that you put in. That's why I say violent revolutions aren't the way. You can stage a violent revolution. Where all the guns gonna come from? Where the tanks gonna come from? Where the bombs gonna come from? Who's gonna back that, right? Why the American Revolution, we actually didn't win that. I know the people say we won it, we didn't win it. We didn't win. Britain saw the banks behind Britain, they saw that coming a long time ago, you know? Who do you think is going to fund it? If you live in a crony world, do you think your revolution is not going to be crony? If you live in a crony world, do you think your democracy is not going to be crony? If you live in a crony world, do you think your socialism, communism, or capitalism is not going to be crony? These are very simple adult conversations. It's very simple logic. Very simple logic. If you take an apple and you put it in an orchard full of apples that are dying from mold, do you think that apple's gonna make it? Or do you think that apple's gonna get some mold? It really is that simple. You know, they don't care because they control everything. And the basis of their control is money. Why? Because money is everything. When you replace survival with money, money controls every human being on this planet, 7 billion of them. They took, and that was the great strategy behind the colonizers that took over this world that everybody loves and worships so much, is that they took away everyone's ability to survive. You can't grow any food. You can't feed your family. You can't take care of yourself, right? You need the gasoline. You need the house. You need their infrastructure. You need all of these things. They took away your ability to take care of your family and survive. And the one way you control human beings and give them fear that no other animals on this planet have is you give them the fear of not being able to survive. And they will do anything you want. They will burn any witch you want. They will hashtag Me Too all day long and burn witches happy. Be happy and okay with rape and destruction as long as it ain't them. That's why I say our way is out. It's no money. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Let it go. Let it all go. People don't need money. If this thing collapses, do you really think that the whole world's going to fall apart tomorrow? Not how it is today. This whole monetary system worldwide collapses. The neighbors will actually come out of their houses like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. And they'll start talking. And that's what people need. They need to talk. Communities will survive. Of course, you'll have problems. But people at the core of it are good, I think. And they look out for each other if they have the resources too. Now, people who are starving in scarce places that don't have resources, that can't look out for each other, that can't put all this together, and you grow the tomatoes, I grow the cucumbers, you grow that, do that, you collect the water, you got the salt mine, and we all work together. As long as you got those things, people are okay. They'll work it out. But when you allow crony world to steal everybody's resources, to break people down, to make them weak and break their tie to strong ancestors who could take care of themselves, when you make them all dependent, then none of the hashtags mean anything. You can hashtag Me Too all you want. Doesn't mean anything. Hashtag resist all you want. If they control human survival, they'll make human beings do anything they want them to do. Crony is as crony does, regardless of rhetoric, title, or sloganry. Thank you, exactly, Michelle. That's it. We live in we are in a crony apocalypse. Cronyocalypse. We're in a cronyocalypse. And every day we just have to call out the cronies. Let people raise their voice. You can raise your voice all you want. That doesn't mean you're right. It just means you're loud. Let them yell and scream. In fact, it's good sometimes for people to yell and scream. Let them get it out. Let them get upset. Get a mob together. Keep saying the truth. Sometimes got to be you on that cross, though. And that's what a lot of this is. You got to go out and step out on the cross. I done turned on a lot of my friends growing up. A lot of people I went to college with. A lot of people in my religion. A lot of people in my family. They're just bigger. There are bigger things than me having a lot of friends. There are bigger things that are happening in this world than me keeping friends because they want me to stay a bigot with them. And I'm not going to do that. And most folks are too scared or too comfortable to do that. Ooh, Kelly, that's dangerous, isn't it? That's a dangerous world. Comfort, convenience, that's dangerous, right? One of the reasons that human labor, slave labor still exists, convenience. Most of the technology comes out, it's for convenience, not for health. It's not for good things, not for humanity. It's to make a human being lazy, convenience, and comfortable. Comfortable people are dangerous people. You don't believe me? Y'all come visit the United States. Come on to the United States. Comfortable people, oh, they get so used to that comfort, they'll be okay with anything. And that's how it is in most of the developed world, not just my country. You make very comfortable people, they will become very comfortable bigots. And they don't give a damn about themselves. Carlin didn't say don't vote. Yeah, Lori, I don't think Carlin said don't vote. He was just an immense critic of believing in politics and politicians. He was an immense critic of ideologies. I don't think he said don't vote. I think he said you're stupid if you vote. Something to that degree. He said something like that. It was, but I don't think he said don't vote. He mocked the system. He trolled the system. It's part of the reason why I think they probably killed him. He was a great troll. He trolled the system and he said truthful things. They were really unpopular at the time, except for the folks who actually started to get what he was saying. But he was a man well ahead of his time. Oligarchy, cronyism. Exactly. They say I have been radicalized. No, just a recovering bigot. Exactly, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you for embracing the word bigot. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who embraces this word bigot. I love it. I love it because it's important. It's important, and I think it paves the way. It paves the way for people who need to come out of this nonsense. If you actually just admit up to it, they might admit up to it too, right? Because that's that childishness that you can't get honesty out of people. You got to go first. I'm fine to go first. I come forward with all my bigotries, and I look for them every day. I look for them. People sometimes say, y'all spot them. Y'all spot, yeah, right there. Got to clean that up right there. You got a little bigot in your eye right there. You ain't clean that. Clean it. That's okay. We were born that way. It's not your fault. You know, it's not your fault. We were born this way. But it's our choice to stay this way or try to get better and get out of it. Jeannie said that lots of laughter the prepper community has been saying, when the S hits the fan, they will come looking for you, which totally makes sense. That's why my husband said to his ma about her comfort. She moved from Danville. Danville, there's a song about Danville, to Palm Springs. And after that, yeah, they'll come for us. I like the prepper community. I got a lot of friends that are preppers. I got a lot of friends that are doomsday preppers, getting ready. I believe in some of the things that they talk about. I certainly believe in being strong and taking care of yourself. I believe in being independent and, you know, being prepared for the bad times. The bad times always come. Not a bunker person, though. Not about going in a hole and hiding in the ground. I like the sun a little too much. I like being healthy. I guess if we had to do that stuff for a short term, I would. But they control everything. They own everything. And that's why the biggest bunkers on the planet are the billionaires. All your presidents and all your prime ministers, they got a place to go. If there's an asteroid coming, why do you think they're not going to tell you? Like, I think it's funny, actually, sometimes. Is an asteroid coming? You think they're going to tell you? No! They're not going to tell us because they need to stay continuity of government. But no, they don't. That's not why they're going to tell you. They're not going to tell you because you're not allowed to have their place. You have Obama and Trump next to the Rothschilds, next to the Clintons, next to May and next to Merkel, next to Justin Trudeau, next to Putin. They're all gonna be down there together. They're all gonna be hanging out. They're all gonna be in the pool, sipping Mai Tais, chilling, relaxing, enjoying life. While we all up there dying, while you're choking in your little bunker. This is the world we're building. We're building a crony doomsday prepper world where the billionaires are all prepped and ready to go. And we're not. Elon Musk losing his damn mind. I don't know what's wrong with Elon. Elon flipping out. Didn't he like text something that he was stepping down as the head of Tesla? Crazy as heck. But I get you. He has a massive bunker. It's not for you though. It's not for me. And we keep voting for it. We keep cheering it. I don't know if I'd vote. I can't get a pitchfork and I can't get a torch. That's my point. I'm not gonna get a pitchfork and I'm not gonna get a torch if y'all plan on burning some witches. I don't care if those witches are little teenagers on the streets of New York, Chicago, little kids in Yemen, little kids in the trailer park. I don't care what witches y'all are going after. No interest in your witch hunts. Whether it's the Bundys or what's the brother's name? Lavoy Finicom, Trayvon Martin. I don't get on any sides of this. I just see a bigot apocalypse. And it keeps happening. Because you keep backing this birth bigotry. Conspicuous comfort. Comfortably numb. Ooh, Linda. Ooh, Linda. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's delicious. I love that. I love that. Did y'all see what Linda typed? Linda McConnell. I love that. Conspicuous comfort. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I get goosebumps. I'm getting chills. I'm sorry. I'm getting chills on that one. Comfortably numb. Oh, I got to quote that one, Linda. Thank you. That one is delicious. Absolutely. That's where we are. And you should be conspicuous. You should be suspicious of anyone who is very comfortable. Anyone who wants to keep their comfort. Because they turn on anybody. Because it makes them numb. It makes them numb. They don't feel anything. They don't feel your pain. They don't feel if it's going to take away their comfort, their creature comforts, they'll turn on anybody in a minute, won't they? Woo, that's powerful. All right. It's Monday, but listen, it's Monday. Hopefully y'all are enjoying the bigopocalypse. I'm laughing a lot. I have to get back to picking my cotton in my forced labor world. I guess my thought for the day is just stick to what's true. Stick to what's true to you. And stick to what's true in your neighbor and the people around you. Let them live their lives the way they want to. Don't get behind, don't support anybody that wants to take away their freedom and their liberty. You know, you don't have to like them, you don't have to be in their culture, but you gotta have a respect for them, right? Don't have an offense. Don't be offended by somebody else's culture. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would you be physically or mentally offended by somebody else's adult culture, right? If they got a culture of consenting adults and they do things like fires, do whatever, witchcraft, spray, sprinkle herbs, whatever, don't ever be offended by that. It has nothing to do with you. That's the sign of an authoritarian and a bigot. Anyway, listen, I gotta get going. Y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Monday. Don't join any witch hunts. Every day look for the witch hunts and troll the witch hunts. Don't ever join up with anybody looking to burn any witches. It's 2018. We're supposed to be past that. Y'all have a great day. This is Gerard. I'm out. Love you. Bye-bye.